Hello, and welcome back to the Filmspeak podcast. This is Dave.
This is Amanda.
And I'm Adam.
And we are back with our weekly conversation about movies.
It wasn't weekly for a little bit.
It hasn't been weekly for about a month, but we're back and we're better than ever. And we're sorry for being gone so long.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, what's up? How was everyone's week?
Month.
My month of May was pretty good.
Well, that's good.
I don't know. Just chilling. A lot of life stuff has come up in the past few weeks, so I haven't really been watching a whole ton, but living.
Yeah, me
went
too.
To the beach. That was fucking dope. Going to California in less than a month. That's also dope.
I'm jealous.
Pretty much just been trying to figure out how I'm gonna save money because I need all the money in the world to go on this trip, and I don't have a whole lot of it.
How was your month, Dave?
My month was cool. Nothing really eventful has happened, so I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. It's like I haven't talked forever.
You haven't talked since the last time we recorded this, a month ago.
I know. I've taken a vow of silence.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Amanda? Oh, I thought you watched the Bye Bye Man, Amanda. I'm on Letterboxd right now. It's about to get your shit.
Wait.
Some other guy watched it and rated it 1 star.
I didn't log it, but I watched the Bye Bye Man maybe 2 months ago when I was crossfaded, and I don't remember anything that happened.
Really?
Yeah, because A, it was bad, and B,
it seems real bad.
Yeah, it was
the
the pee pee poo poo man.
Yeah.
Well, my month was okay. My spring semester ended, and then less than a week later, my summer class started, and I definitely have not had, room to breathe as far as that goes, but, I'm gonna be happy once it's over, and it's going well so far, so whatever. But yeah, besides that, also really haven't watched that much besides, TV shows, but still have a couple things to talk about today.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you guys watch anything worth talking about?
Yes, I did. I watched The Mermaid. It was pretty good. It was very cartoony and slapsticky. It's been a while since I've watched it, so I didn't really have a whole lot written down note-wise. It's about these mermaids that are, their little cove has been bought up by a businessman, and it's going to be exploited, and so they decide to rise up and assassinate this businessman, but the mermaid that is chosen to assassinate him falls in love with him. They fall in love together, and he, changes his mind about everything as far as the development goes, and his family, who is supportive of him just destroying this cove, turns against him, and it's pretty good. It's worthwhile watching. And then I watched Get Out, which I hadn't seen before, but I don't know if you guys want to do a whole discussion on that or whatever, but
I definitely like to watch that movie at some point.
Yeah. All right. I also watched Justice League Dark, which I had wanted to see for a while. I just hadn't gotten around to it, so I watched it. I was kind of disappointed with how little Swamp Thing was in it. He was a big selling point for me, although I do like Constantine and some of the other guys in there, Dead Man. But Swamp Thing was kind of easily disposed of too, which also made me kind of sad because he's a badass. But other than that, it wasn't too terrible. And then I watched Master of None,
Nice. What'd you think?
Yeah. I thought it was good. I'm a fan of Eric Wareheim, his stuff with Tim and Eric and the bedtime stories, and check it out and all that good stuff. But I like his serious stuff too. He's pretty good at directing things. He's done music videos before too. But yeah, it was good. So yeah, check that out.
Cool.
On Netflix.
Yeah,
Did you watch both seasons, or?
Yeah, I watched both seasons. Great soundtrack too. Yeah.
Allora.
Yeah, the soundtrack is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I love that show. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that show.
I actually still haven't finished season 2 because I'm like trying to savor it in.
Oh my god, I watched the whole season in like 2 days, and then I regretted watching it that fast because I was so sad that it was over.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did with like Love season 2. Like we literally watched it in a day, and I just don't remember shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got to go back and finish that series.
Yeah.
The second season.
I rewatched the last few episodes of season 2, which I think were probably the best out of the entire season. So I was like happy in that sense because I don't feel like I missed anything, but I was just kind of like, oh man, I have to wait like another year for this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with how, without saying too much, how they leave it. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah, but yeah. Was that it, Dave?
Yeah, that's it.
What about you, Fridley?
Only really like a few things that I wanted to talk about. This Amazon Grateful Dead documentary that I talked about a while ago, but finally came out on like June 2nd, I think. It's like a 6-part, broken up like a TV season type deal, but every episode deals with like something different or like a different era of the band, or like a couple different topics for like points of their career. But overall, I'd just say that like it's just an amazing piece of like documentary filmmaking. Like there's like a complete story that they tell, but always keep it interesting, and it like ties in things from the first episode, like the very beginning. Like it ties them all back in at the end, and I don't know. It's a really cool, like kind of like dream-like documentary in a sense, because there's a lot of people who aren't around anymore who are like all over this thing, but they edit it in a way so that like the real interview footage of them seems like it's valid to be, but like it could have been recorded for this thing. Like they make everything else around like old documentary, like old footage of Jerry and like other people who are important to the band from back in the day. So it's really crazy, and it's really great. And I'd say like I would recommend it to people even if you're not a fan of them, because there isn't just like tons of like masturbatory like stuff where it's just them playing whole songs in the middle of like the scenes or whatever. It's all like it's an ever flowing story that is pretty intense. Those guys lived like some pretty crazy lives, so it's cool.
That's cool.
You should all check it out. Yeah, and I don't know. I probably will watch it again when it comes out on like DVD or Blu-ray or something. The other thing I wanted to talk about is Twin fucking Peaks. I know you guys aren't like super. I don't know. Have you watched the show, Dave?
Yeah, I've watched the show. I haven't watched the new season yet.
Yeah. But you've seen Fire Walk With Me and stuff, or?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I blew through the box set when I got the Blu-ray.
Nice. And you haven't seen it at all, right, Amanda?
No, I haven't finished the original series. I've seen about like a little bit after the beginning of season 2, but I just kept getting distracted with other things, and I haven't finished the whole thing yet. I think I'm honestly just waiting for this revival to be done so I can just like go through the whole thing at once, but I also have no idea.
Do not do that.
Why?
I'm just saying, like, it's a show that kind of, well, most of the second season is kind of but like, it's an awesome thing to like slowly, like, take your time with, kind of, at least. So like, at least like the core episodes that you need to see, like, for the mythology are, you know, because they're like really dense and weird. But I don't know. I just, as someone who tried to marathon a bunch of episodes to like catch up for this new season, like, I don't know. I would recommend like taking it slow.
Okay.
Personally, but you know, not like crazy slow, but just don't like, I don't know. Some of the stuff once you hit season 2, you can definitely do that with, because it's like, to be honest with you, like some of it is sort of bad when like he's not directly in. David Lynch or Mark Frost aren't directly involved with like what's going on, you know. But all the mythology stuff, I watched like a bunch of episodes, and then I'd never seen Fire Walk with Me or like any of the like supplemental, like, basically he made another, what could have been like a movie out of like all the deleted scenes from Fire Walk with Me. So there was like a lot of people from the original show that like characters that didn't make the cut, like their scenes didn't make the cut of the final movie, but all of that stuff is really like interesting. And Fire Walk with Me is like one of the most like intense, like upsetting things I've seen in a long time. And I was like super surprised that the tone of it was like way different than the show was, in a sense where like all the reins are off. Like everything is so, the world is so like seedy and just gross in reality, you know, kind of, because it's like a prequel to what happens in the series. And that's like in the first episode, you realize that there's, you know, basically this FBI agent is coming to this small town because there's been like a murder of like a young high school student, female high school student. But this is a whole story, or like it's the whole like build up to that night that she died, and it's pretty intense. And to find out like, you know, a lot of the things that you didn't really realize from the series is just like, it's just pretty unsettling. But anyway, I watched that, and that like shook me. And then the next day, I watched all of the first 4 episodes of the new season of Twin Peaks, The Return, as they're calling it. And those 4 are, I can't even really say, like, it's like it's all, those 4 are pretty much like essential to each other. And not that the story isn't like linear or something, but we're kind of at like we've come to like a different place in the 5th and 6th episode than we were before. So the like tension that was there and like the incredible weirdness of those first 4 episodes, just like mind fucky type of shit, is sort of fading, but in like a really great way, because now we're like starting to see some like characters again, or and like also like a version of what the show used to be, kind of again. I don't know. It's hard to explain because it doesn't feel necessarily like Twin Peaks, but it damn sure feels like David Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But it's cool. It's really, really just crazy and like super wild, and I'm loving that every week until like September there'll be like a new episode now, and just David Lynch and Mark Frost wrote, and David Lynch directed all of them, and like, I don't know, it's just really good. Like the music so far has been like really good. Basically, like, spoiler for this new season, but every episode is ended in a bar where like a band is playing, and every band every week is different. Like this episode 6 was like Sharon Von Etten, the Chromatics. Is that like Kill for Love and the Drive soundtrack people? right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's the Chromatics. They're in an episode, and there's been some other like recognizable artists, and I don't know. It's just been pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like now it seems like it's like every episode. There's like a pattern where every episode is just ended with like the band on stage, and it's just like a gut punch because it's like as soon as you hear them playing, you know that like there's no more. At least so far, there's like no more scenes. You know, it's like the credits are gonna roll, so it's pretty intense. It's been amazing so far. I'm
That's
like
awesome.
trying not to think about it on like a critical level too much, just because it's like a little confusing, and I just don't want to like overthink things, you know. But it's definitely out there, and I hope everyone who should be watching it is watching it because it's awesome. And that's really it.
That's cool.
I watched Dazed and Confused today, but I'll probably just talk about that more next week.
I honestly love that fucking movie.
Dazed and Confused?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so great. I just watched it on Criterion Blu-ray, which is like something I've had for a long time, but never actually got around to watching. Yeah, it's so good. It's like it's almost like perfect to me. Like everything except for like some of the dialogue is not like dated in a way, but like because the movie rolls so fast, like some of the dialogue feels sort of forced, but it's only like slightly. And I only really noticed that like today, actually. You know, I've seen that movie like 50 fucking times, so I never really thought about it in like a critical sense before, like this time around, just because of like doing this podcast. But yeah, it's still like the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest like beginning of summer movie ever. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I will just say like some more about it. Like I think Richard Linklater is like pretty much like a master at just like capturing like American youth, sort of. I don't know, like he's done it for like 3 different eras, basically, with like Dazed and Confused, and I talked about Everybody Wants Some on this podcast, I think, but that, and then Boyhood, which is like this amazing trip through this kid's life, and you know, you get to see everything in the background like changing as like, or like, you know, pop culture is like a big part of that, and I don't know, he just always like nails everything, I feel like, and you know, it may be to like a fault, but like the music is always like of the time, but yeah, I love that guy, he's great. Richard Linklater for the win.
I actually didn't realize that he did Boyhood.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love Boyhood.
I know you do.
It's great. Yeah. What about you, Amanda?
Okay, I have like 3 different movies that I want to mention. The first one is Berlin Syndrome, which just came out very recently. It's about this girl from Australia who's in Berlin, and she like meets this guy, and they hook up and have this like, you know, like fun weekend together. But then he just like, there's like this part where they're like in bed together, and they're like, oh, like I wish that I could stay here forever. And so there's like a switch flips. No, yes, that's the right word that I'm looking for. But then like the whole tone of the movie changes, and he like locks her in his apartment and just decides to fucking keep her, and she like can't get out. And it was really terrifying. It was like there's maybe a total of like 4 consistent people in this movie, and I'm realizing more and more that I just like really have a thing for movies that take place in like close quarters. Like the majority of this movie takes place in an apartment, and I'm realizing that especially for like the horror genre, that this just like really works for me and makes things like way scarier, because you can just like trap so much emotion into one place. And yeah, I don't know. It was really, really crazy. Really, like, tense the entire time. Teresa Palmer is the girl, and I'm a big fan of her, especially after seeing this. The acting was, like, incredible. But yeah, no, it was just really scary. Like, really, really, really scary. It was kind of like, in a lot of ways, it's like the typical, like, kidnap movie, but I think there are elements that make it stand out from other movies of its caliber. And, I feel weird saying that I would recommend it, but, like, for me, it is a good movie, and, like, I don't really think I'm gonna watch it ever again. But if you're, like, into some fucked up shit, I guess, like, this is right up your alley. But yeah.
If you love Room with Brie Larson, you're gonna love the Berlin Syndrome.
I mean, yeah. Basically. Yeah, I mean, both movies have... Oh, no, never mind. I'm not going to say that. That's a spoiler. The next movie I'm going to talk about is Shangri-La Suite, which I really, really enjoyed, and I have been trying to actively see this movie for like a few months now, and I happened to check the other day, and it was on like Amazon Prime Video, and I honestly, like, a little side note here, I'm just like really... Like, the past, like, couple times I've found a movie that I've been trying to see for a while, it has been on Amazon Prime, which just, like, shocks me every single time, even though I guess it really shouldn't, since, like, they spend maybe the same amount on their media as, like, Netflix does, but whatever. But yeah, so this movie, Shangri-La Suite, I really, really, really liked it. It has this, like, charm to it, and it's very, like, stylized to the 1970s. And also, another thing is that it's narrated by Burt Reynolds, which I didn't realize until after watching the movie. But it's about this couple that breaks out of a mental facility, and they road trip across the country on a mission to kill Elvis. And, I don't know, it has its charm, it's very quirky. The director is this dude named Eddie O'Keefe, and this is actually his first feature-length film. I knew about him because his little brother is in this band that I like, and he does all of the music videos for them. And so I was familiar with him that way, and like followed him on social media and stuff. And so I've been seeing the campaign for this movie for a while now. And it also has Emily Browning in it, who he's dating in real life. And I absolutely love her and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I think it was like, I don't think it was like perfect by any means, but I do think it was extremely enjoyable to watch. And I'm really excited to see anything else that Eddie O'Keefe comes out with in the future.
Cool.
Yeah, and then the last movie I'm going to talk about is A Cure for Wellness. I was really excited to see this movie. I'm definitely the type of person who, like I watch movie trailers and, like, find new movies that way, that I'm interested in and everything, and this was definitely one of those movies that I was excited for like, a few months. But I finally sat down and watched it, and I was, like, pretty disappointed in it, and also found it to be... I feel bad for saying this, but I found it to be, like, pretty, like, forgettable. And, yeah, I don't know. It's weird because it had, like, a lot of hype around it, too. I think that Dane DeHaan deserves better than a lot of these, like, shit-ass roles he's been getting. But I don't know. I just didn't like the movie. I didn't find anything about it particularly original. And, like, I just think it had, like, such a... I know I've said this to both of you already because I've talked about it to both of you. But it just has such a, like, high budget for what it is. Like... There's, like, a CGI deer that gets, like, hit by a car in the beginning, and, like, while I was watching it, I was, like, how much did that cost? Like, I don't know, it was just, like, kind of crazy, but, I don't know, I didn't like it. I thought that it was, like, honestly, if you want to watch a good movie with this, like, somewhat similar subject matter, just, like, watch Shutter Island, and, like, you'll have a way better time, but... Yeah, end rant there, I guess, before I get too negative. But yeah, those are the ones that I had to mention for now.
Word. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna skip that movie.
Yeah, definitely do. Well, I know a movie we all watched a month ago.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah. Enter the Dragon.
Woo! Yeah, Dave, this was your pick. Go.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to rewatch this movie, and I wanted to make you guys watch it too, so we could talk about it. So that's
Wow,
the
cool.
reason
That's why
that I chose it. So yeah, it's not my absolute favorite martial arts movie. I'm by no means a connoisseur. There are a few that I've seen, and my favorite one.
You're a connoisseur.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's Enter That Dragon? What do you guys think?
Well, this was my first time watching it, and it was also... Oh, one of my notes literally just says, I feel like an asshole because this is my first time watching anything with Bruce Lee in it. And I also, until I was like, I didn't realize until I was reading about the movie afterwards that this was his last film, which is pretty crazy. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it was exactly what I expected out of like a 70s martial arts movie. It's extremely fun to watch with like the right amount of like cheesiness to it. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I've seen it before, but not for like a bunch of years. It was fun to rewatch. It reminds me a lot of like Mortal Kombat, which is a movie that I loved back in the day.
Yeah.
It clearly takes like, I don't know, like the Mortal Kombat franchise, like the mythology of that is sort of different than like the movie was. And this movie actually feels like someone watched Enter the Dragon before they fucking directed Mortal Kombat. Because it feels, or like wrote Mortal Kombat, because it feels sort of similar. But I guess I don't really know what else the Mortal Kombat movie would have been like. So I don't know. I don't know why.
It could have been like Bloodsport. Have you ever seen that?
Not like consciously. I was a kid.
Actually, with the one guy, Bolo, in this movie, he was like the big guy. He's the bad guy in Bloodsport, which is also a tournament too. So,
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if this is the first movie that features like one of the first major movies that features like a martial arts tournament. But it's definitely one of the vehicles for martial arts movies to for story, like Karate Kid even uses the tournament at the end.
Yeah. I don't really ever watch kung fu movies or karate movies in general. Honestly, it's just not really like my bag. But I really like this. I don't know. It's sort of like funny when it wants to be, and I love Bruce Lee's the man. Like it was so cool to
he was such
like
a badass.
him when he's like talking about how like there's no opponent basically like in the beginning. They're just getting trained for the event. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
He's just such like a cool person.
Yeah, he had, I mean, I don't know, I can't attest for his other movies because I haven't seen his other movies, but like his acting style or like his demeanor in this movie where he spends like most of the time on screen just like observing everything around him just like automatically makes the viewer interested in like whatever the fuck he's about to do. So
Yeah, definitely.
And even like in the fight scenes, he was like sizing people up. Like when he fought the guy O'Hara, like every time he would like strike him, it was just like really precise and it's like a stunning or disorienting kind of thing. So he could kind of like jump in, strike him, and then like step back and just kind of like kite him around a little bit, and sort of there were no wasted movements really. It was just like very, and he kicked the shit out of him too. So
yeah, he beats the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, and I think I don't even know if he gets hit the whole movie. Like he just like doesn't even really give people a chance. He's just like on them.
We were watching this. I think we tried to watch this realistically like 3 weeks ago, right?
I'm not really too sure when it was. It's been a while.
This week
I think it was like
marks a month.
A month?
This week marks a month, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Josh Wolf.
Well, a month ago, Roger Moore died.
Oh, yeah.
the day that we were gonna the day that I watched this movie, and I thought Roger Moore was John Saxon for like a few minutes. Like I was like, damn, that's crazy that this guy's like in this movie. And yeah, it turns out that it's not, but I was still wanted to give a shout out to Roger Moore because rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. It actually took me 2 tries to watch this movie because the first time I was inebriated.
Yeah, I watched it twice, and I'm still like, I'm not like, I mean, like it's a very like clear movie, but I don't know why my brain is like rattled. Obviously, I didn't this part out, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm like having trouble remembering like a whole lot that happened. I remember something happened with like, is the whole thing that he's like keeping women, like
Yeah, Han is keeping women, and I believe his sister is being held captive as well.
Well, I thought his sister died, and he was going to like avenge his sister's killer, or like get vengeance on his sister's killer.
Yeah, I don't. It's been a month.
Yeah, right.
So, I don't.
Yeah. Either way, it's pretty cool. A month or not, huh? Pretty chill.
Yeah. Still good.
The music is awesome in this.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jim Kelly is awesome in it.
Yeah. Also, in addition to Bolo Young in there, Sammo Hung, who has also had a lot of hit martial arts films, and also Jackie Chan plays 3 separate thugs throughout the movie.
Dang.
Which is also pretty awesome. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
I didn't realize it either. I'd looked it up on IMDb, but I was like, oh, there's Jackie Chan.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're like, oh, there's his name on IMDb. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is Jim Kelly the Last Dragon?
No, he's not.
No, who
That
that
is.
because it's the same director, right? It could be wrong. Whoever directed this, I can't remember the guy's name, but he made like a bunch of these type of movies.
No, this is Robert Klaus that did Enter the Dragon, and the Last Dragon was Michael Schultz.
Klaus Schultz. No one's ever seen him in a room together before.
That's true. They could be.
I've never seen The Last Dragon, but I've always wanted to.
I saw it a lot when I was, well, not a lot. I saw it multiple times when I was a kid, and I don't remember much about it, but I do have it, and I need to watch it among, all the other things that I need to watch.
I haven't really seen a lot of like martial arts movies. This is one of them. I don't even know if the Karate Kid counts, but I had to watch that in school. And then
You had to watch it.
I had to watch it. Like, actually, it wasn't even in school. It was a part of this like tutoring program that I was in like middle school to just, like try to help my memory. And I had to like watch Karate Kid and like write about it.
What did you write about it?
I don't remember. It was like over 10 years ago. But I just remember having to watch it. Anyways, and then also like when I was little, it was like Jackie Chan everything. So like one of my favorite movies growing up was like The Tuxedo with him and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh man.
I love it.
Did you ever see Rumble in the Bronx?
No.
Oh man, that is so good. Yeah, we have to watch that one day.
Yeah, I only ever saw like goofy fucking movies like that too. Like Shanghai Noon.
Yes.
And some other shit, but I mean, if we're talking like, Karate Kid doesn't mean shit to me when you're talking about the 3 ninjas. I mean.
Oh, okay.
That was my Karate Kid.
We have that on VHS at my grandma's house. Who else?
Oh my god, I wish I could remember the fucking kids' names, but I wanted to be all 3 of those kids like at once. I'm so jealous of them. Their fucking cool room. Also, another one, Surf Ninjas. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
No.
There's like not a lot of. It's like a blasphemous to call it a martial arts movie because it's really not at all, and it's fucking terrible, but it's so good. It's like one of the like best, like worst movies ever. Honestly, I loved it. Rob Schneider, a young Rob Schneider's in that.
Oh no.
Dude, you guys, you would, especially you, Amanda, you would freak out watching that movie because like they're from, you know, like somewhere coastal California, but I'm sure like you know guys that were like this in Florida or something.
Yeah,
you know?
probably.
Colt, I remember, was one of the three ninjas' names.
Nice.
I always thought that was
That's a
cool
good name for a ninja.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
yeah, like, well, he was one of three.
So he might not have the coolest name.
No, there was. I think it was like Mikey. Mikey wasn't a cool name, but
No.
No, not if you're a ninja.
no. But the same guy. The reason that movie, like, I never watched Karate Kid much growing up, but I really didn't like, care about it. But the same fucking instructor is in both.
Pat Morita?
Yeah, Pat Morita. He's like their grandfather or something in this movie, and because he's like a little older. This is like 1990.
Mm.
He's like their grandfather who their mom like doesn't want them to hang out with, or like something, or like their dad's like worried about them like learning ninja stuff. But then of course,
Well, that's a fear of every parent.
yeah, they don't want their kids doing ninja stuff.
Yeah.
But then of course they, you know, like they have to be ninjas because they're like their house gets attacked.
It's in their blood.
I mean, yeah, 3 suburban white kid ninjas, you know.
Was Pat Morita as a grandfather? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know they're up to some ninja shit.
Well, yeah. Actually, now that I think about that, it's pretty weird because they're all like, I don't remember like if maybe the mom was, I don't know. I'm talking a lot about 3 ninjas. I guess we should be talking about Enter the Dragon, but I'd love to see a mashup. Enter the 3 ninjas. That sounds really rough, actually.
Yeah, that does sound. That
You
doesn't
can
sound
save it
good.
by Enter the 3 surf ninjas.
Yeah. I don't want to be entering any ninja kids.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right, peace.
Please shut down.
Did you guys like have any other notes or like anything else you want to say about this?
Oh.
I have a couple things to say. The first thing is that during this movie, Bruce Lee was using cannabis heavily and kept a jar of brownies on his desk. So all that shit he was doing, he was high on the marijuana. So
Crazy.
good for him. Yeah.
I've never met him, but I trust him.
I do too. He seems on the level. Another thing that this is the only complaint that I have about the movie is Bolo went down way too fast. Like he got took out like way too easy.
Yeah.
He's a buff dude. He's supposed to be like a mini boss. You gotta.
But is Bolo like the leader's right hand man?
Yeah, he's the big dude.
Well, I'm pretty sure Bolo is who like killed Bruce Lee's sister prior to him coming to this island.
Oh, probably.
I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And he's trying to like he's basically like secretly signing up for this thing so he can go like show that motherfucker who's boss.
I thought he wanted to like take out Han, like the whole empire.
Well, I guess maybe that's like. But either way, he's faking being in this tournament so he can like get his own shit done on the island.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
But another thing is at the very end when Han is coming at him in the Hall of Mirrors and he has the knives on his hand. That's a badass scene. But if you're Han, why in the fuck are you just going to come at him and scratch him up a little bit? Like, all that's going to do is make him look cooler, and it's going to sell more action figures, and, like, you just fucking go stab him in the face with your knives. You're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Be bad. So...
Yeah, he's like, I just want to, like, scratch him a little bit.
I'm just going to go with him and nick him in the face a little bit, and then, like, get him on the back. Fucking knife him up.
I don't want to enter this ninja. I just want to scratch him up a little.
Yeah. It should be called Scratch Up the Dragon.
Yeah, Scratch the Dragon. Enter the Scratchies.
Oh, man.
How did Bruce Lee die again? Like, I know it was during filming, but...
I heard, or I just recently watched a video where Chuck Norris said that he was taking medication for his back, and then he had a headache, and somebody gave him, like, an aspirin that reacted badly with his medication that he was taking for his back. And that was, you know, what Chuck Norris had said, so I'm not sure if that's true. But according to Chuck Norris, that's the real reason that he died. But and Brandon Lee, his son, died while filming the show.
Okay, that's when it right. Yeah, no, I remember all that. I remember going through my Crow phase.
Oh yeah, we all had Crow phases.
When I entered the Crow. Have you ever seen the Crow, Amanda?
What?
Have you ever seen the Crow?
No.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like the best,
do it.
Like cheesiest 90s, like action type of shit, like of all time. So goofy. Like, plus like a guy in like face makeup the whole time with long black like hair. I don't know if you know that. I actually haven't seen that movie in a bunch of years, but I'm sure it's...
I haven't either, but I mean that's a movie you should see.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
No, I honestly, I think like you would find something you like in it. It's not like, it's just weird. It's definitely like super dated at this point.
Yeah.
Lots of real bad music.
I saw that one and the second one both in the theater.
There's a second one?
Oh, there's
like
a couple of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're all different crows, too, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think a couple of them were the same dude, but yeah.
Oh.
I think Sting, like the wrestler, the WCW wrestler, was on it for a while. Like one of them for at least a movie, I'm pretty sure.
I wish it was Sting from the Police. That would be awesome.
No one wishes it was Sting from the Police.
I bet Sting probably does.
What?
I don't know. Let's bring it back in.
Yeah,
All
I think
right.
so. The last two notes that I had was that, throughout, like, it was I mean, without all the, like, ugly shit that was going on, it was a pretty cool, like, set design-wise, like, look into Chinese culture. And then, also, something... I hope that, like, I'm not the only person who's gonna point this out or, like, who is gonna agree with me here. But, the final, like, battle scene, okay, so, like, Bruce Lee almost looked like he was, like, stop motion animated at certain points. At least to me. Like, it was, like, something was, I mean, maybe it was just, like, the way I was watching it or something, but, like, it looked like it was visually as if he was like a claymation almost.
And then the acid kicked in.
I mean, no.
That's weird. Maybe
Okay.
it was something with like editing, or I don't know. Maybe like, you know, like the digital transfer of it just makes it look like super jarring or something.
Yeah, maybe. It was cool though. I was like about it, but I was just like, this is kind of nuts.
Yeah, no, that's weird. I didn't notice that.
Does anybody want to play a tag yourself or a recast?
Nah.
Nah? Okay.
I am Jim Kelly.
I am the cobra in the bag that keeps getting slapped on the head.
All right, tag yourself, Amanda.
No, never mind. I don't wanna.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say that I'm the dragon, but then I thought about the title of the movie, and I was like, never mind.
Let me see. I would probably recast Bruce Lee with Colt from Three Ninjas.
That's a good one.
Just kidding. We're not playing that game anymore.
Yeah, no, we're done.
Maybe sometime.
Maybe, but whatever. Alright, does anybody have anything else they want to say about Enter the Dragon?
No, thank you.
Okay, ready for this spiel that I haven't said in like a month? This is crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, well that wraps it up for this episode of Filmspeak. If you like what you've been hearing, make sure you check us out on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our episodes are available on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Alright, bye y'all. See you next week. Hope you have a good week.